Let's talk a little bit today with Luna here about succession planting. Succession planting is planting new crops over your old crop once the old crop is spent. So, for example, these peas right here, I planted in July 5th, I believe, 4th of July weekend. Then they're just starting to flower now, and I planted these over top of a row of beans, the bush beans that had pretty much been spent, and it wasn't really a good planted row. So I pulled it and replanted over top of it something that would do a little bit better. On top of that, now just yesterday on July 31st, I pulled the first and second planting of cabbage that I've already harvested. And that is my third planting of cabbage for fresh eating in the late summer and early fall. But I replanted over top of what I pulled out some navy pole beans and spinach, radishes, and fall late carrots. So right up until September, October, I will be planting. These are the next thing to go. The broccoli, when it's just about ready to be harvested. When this whole row has been harvested for eating fresh, I will pull this row out, and then I will start putting in my onions and garlic to be harvested in June of 2023. So really, you can plant all the way up until frost. Basically, your onions and garlic should be put in 4 to 6 weeks before frost, and that really is the last planting date of the year. But don't let anybody fool you, or don't be fooled into thinking that once middle of June hits, that planting season is over. There are a lot of items that can be planted over and over and over again, like spinach and radishes, beans, peas, to give you succession crops, which is very handy, not only if you want to eat fresh throughout the season instead of just one harvest of crop, but also if you are using items in multiple canning or freezing elements where the items that you want to can them with don't necessarily normally come ripe to harvest that early in the season, for example, like peas. The other great thing about succession planting is that people are limited on space. And I have a quite a large garden, and this is only one of my garden plots. I do have two other ones, and then of course my large food fields for the farm. But people are limited on space, me included, so I like to utilize and maximize the space that I have by, when I take out or a crop is spent, immediately replanting in that spot something else that can still be harvested before the end of the year if possible. So succession planting is a great way for someone to make use of a space that is smaller and to be able to still harvest more crops.